We're introduced to Lu Sheng, a young student beleaguered by recurring nightmares that leave him exhausted and distracted. Lu Sheng's day begins with a harsh awakening, both literal and figurative. Jolted from a recurring nightmare into the harsh reality of his classroom, he faces the scathing reprimand of his teacher. The lecture centers around Lu Sheng's lackluster approach to his studies, especially with the college entrance exam looming. His blood chi value, a crucial measure in this world, is a particular point of concern, as it's not at the desired level. Lu Sheng is visibly troubled, not just by his academic pressures but by the disturbing dreams that have been haunting him for days. These dreams, set in a desolate, monster-filled wasteland, leave him exhausted, affecting both his sleep quality and his blood chi. After school, his friend Lu Qiming offers an escape in the form of a trip to the internet cafe, but Lu Sheng, weighed down by fatigue and a sense of responsibility, declines. He prefers to return home, hoping to find solace in sleep. As he walks home, Lu Sheng reflects on his life, recalling vague memories of a past existence, a life much simpler and devoid of the current world's challenges, a life before he transmigrated to this world of martial arts and monsters. At home, the scene of his father, Lu Hai, receiving a makeshift treatment from his mother for an injury, further burdens Lu Sheng. The financial constraints of his family are apparent, as his suggestion to buy a blood moxibustion device for his father is immediately dismissed, telling Lu Sheng it is due to his age and not to worry about it. His father gifts him the newest supplement from Benevolence Hall, a supplement costing up to $20,000. Lu Hai's concern then turns to Lu Sheng's blood chi, unaware that his son's value has actually decreased, a fact Lu Sheng keeps to himself, fearing his father's reaction. Lu Sheng retreats to his room. In his small room, Lu Sheng finds a brief escape from the outside world. This space, cluttered with exercise equipment, serves as his personal sanctuary where he practices martial arts to improve his health and strength, measured by something called blood chi value. The world outside is dangerous, filled with monstrous threats, making martial arts essential for survival. But Lu Sheng is troubled by recurring nightmares. Despite exercising to regain his lost strength, these dreams keep haunting him, leaving him tired and frustrated. He can't figure out why he's having these nightmares, even considering the stress of upcoming exams as a possible cause. As he falls asleep in his room, the nightmare returns. He's in a desolate, foggy world, facing a zombie-like creature. Lu Sheng, faced with the terrifying zombie in his nightmare, decides to confront it head-on instead of running away as he had done before. He rationalizes that since it's just a dream, there's no real danger to him. Surprisingly, he discovers his own strength in the dream is quite formidable. He confidently takes on the zombie, using his martial arts skills and whatever he can find in the dream environment to fight. After a fierce struggle, Lu Sheng manages to defeat the zombie with a heavy stone. Just as he thinks the ordeal is over, something unexpected happens. The defeated zombie disintegrates and releases black wisps of smoke that rush into Lu Sheng's chest. This sudden event triggers a flood of memories that are not his own. These memories, vivid and intense, belong to the zombie he just defeated. They tell the story of a young man who trained hard and joined a defense team to fight against monstrous beings. The memories are filled with struggle, battles, and loss, painting a picture of a world overwhelmed by darkness and despair. Lu Sheng is deeply affected by these memories, feeling the sorrow and pain of the zombie's life and final moments. This experience leaves Lu Sheng puzzled and introspective. The vividness and intensity of the dream, coupled with the transfer of memories, are unlike anything he's experienced before. Not having any time to process what just happened, Lu Sheng is flanked from behind by another zombie. This time easily responding to the attack and giving a counterattack, he takes the zombie's head right off. Realizing that he has become stronger by killing zombies, not only gaining the zombie's memories but also his strength. With no choice, Lu Sheng continues fighting with the zombies, gaining their memory and bits of their strength. The memories are often filled with despair and confusion, painting a picture of a world overrun by monsters and a base that has fallen into ruin. Despite the grim nature of these memories, Lu Sheng remains focused on his self-imposed mission to find more information about Base 1359. Just as he's getting deeper into the dream, a loud banging noise disturbs everything. The dream world begins to dissolve, and Lu Sheng is abruptly woken up by the sound of his door being banged on. His sister's younger voice called him for dinner, bringing him back to reality and out of the intense, surreal nightmare that had captivated his mind. Opening the door, not realizing he is drenched in sweat. His younger sister, Lu Qing, realizes her brother has got muscular and hasn't been slacking. Lu Sheng recalls the day when his little sister used to be close to him, but as they got older, they grew apart. Getting dressed, Lu Sheng looks in the mirror, realizing he is not only stronger but still retains the memories he obtained from the zombies. At dinner, Lu Sheng's increased appetite catches the attention of his family. His father, Lu Hai, encourages him to eat more, seeing it as a positive sign of growth, while his sister, Lu Qing, looks on with her usual air of disdain. Despite the family dynamics and Lu Qing's apparent disdain for his abilities, Lu Sheng can't help but wonder if his recent dream experience has indeed enhanced his physical capabilities. Determined to test this hypothesis, Lu Sheng decides to visit a martial arts gym after dinner to check his current physical attributes. Lu Sheng undergoes a series of tests that reveal astonishing results. His blood value has significantly increased, jumping to 0.963, a leap that would normally be unheard of in such a short period. This confirms his hypothesis that the skills and strengths he acquired in his dream have indeed translated into real-world improvements. For Lu Sheng, who has always been considered mediocre, especially when compared to his talented younger sister, this development is a breakthrough. Wondering what his combat power would be and using the techniques he remembers from the zombie's memories, he achieves a combat power of 113, surpassing the standard associated with his blood value. Lu Sheng goes home hoping to re-enter the dream world but is unable to sleep. He decides it would be better to work out and stabilize his health status. Instead of doing an exercise known since elementary, his body started to follow the body training techniques he inherited from the zombies' memories. As he practices the unfamiliar set of movements inherited from the zombies, he experiences a profound and almost electric sensation in his body. This indicates that the exercises are effectively stimulating and enhancing his qi and blood flow. Not only that, but by acquiring breathing techniques as well, he was yielding better results compared to training for a few years. While practicing these new training methods, Lu Sheng feels an intense hunger, a clear sign that his body is demanding more energy to accommodate the increase in his qi and blood value. Not able to afford pills that provide the nutrients he needs, his growth rate would slow down. Recalling that his school rewards students for their performance, Lu Sheng plans to show off his talent and abilities. The next morning, Lu Sheng is dressing in the gym locker room when his friend Lu Qiming realizes how muscular Lu Sheng has gotten. His friend accuses him of trying to get the girl's attention. Inside the gym building, their combat instructor, Zhang Zhanguo, reviews the basics of combat techniques with the class. But in Lu Sheng's eyes, he sees the techniques as inadequate and too unrefined. Their combat instructor invites Yang Yifei, who is the top of the class, to demonstrate the techniques for the class. Yang Yifei has a rich family compared to everyone else. He gets the best support and pills. The combat instructor asks if there is anyone who wants to spar with Yang Yifei. Most of the students crowd. The combat instructor sees Lu Sheng, who is not afraid to spar. Yang Yifei talks nice, but in reality, he wants to embarrass Lu Sheng. Yang Yifei goes in with a deadly attack that misses. Lu Sheng, waiting for him from below, gives him an uppercut and sends him flying with everyone shocked. Knocked out, the instructor asked for a stretcher to bring Yang Yifei to get attention. Not mad, the instructor asked him to go to the office with him, while everyone was shocked by Lu Sheng's strength. Inside the instructor's office, the instructor suspects Lu Sheng of using drugs that forcefully increase his strength and do extreme harm to his body, warning that he could be expelled. Lu Sheng swore he would never use any illegal drugs. The instructor wants to assess Lu Sheng's test if Lu Sheng has taken any illegal drugs or not. If his ability scores are consistent, that would prove that Lu Sheng is innocent. Putting his hand on the measuring orb and a bust of power, Lu Sheng's vitality is measured at 1.5, making him a rank 1 martial artist. This would make him a genius like no other in the White Lake City. Lu Sheng, continuing with the combat strength, hit the testing dummy, knocking the dummy's head right off. The instructor asked Lu Sheng how long since he took his last assessment. Lu Sheng tells him it has been only half a month, making his initial score 0.8 increase to 1.5. The instructor wondered if he had been an heir of a clan or receiving teaching from a grandmaster. Lu Sheng explained that he is from a normal family, and as for his increase is a secret. The instructor recalls how hard and long it was to cultivate, and that mankind couldn't defeat monsters. Only those with unreasonable strength could take down a monster. The instructor, wanting Lu Sheng to be put in the gifted class, is rejected, as he could advance quicker in his dream anyway. His instructor is willing to provide assistance with Lu Sheng's request for the martial artist scholarship and allow him to have more free time. Understanding. The instructor submitted his application for the special scholarship and will bring up the topic of his timetable with the dean. This instructor gives him a martial black card which Lu Sheng can pay him back later. The instructor then lets Lu Sheng leave. At the supplement store, realizing how expensive, only a strong martial artist can earn more money. Understanding the financial burden his training places on his family, especially in comparison to his talented sister Lu Qing, Lu Sheng feels even more determined to become stronger and support himself. While walking home, Lu Sheng reflects on his recent transformation. He remembers his past self, aimless and without direction, and sees a stark contrast to who he has become, focused, with a clear goal in martial arts. During this introspection, Lu Sheng experiences what seems to be a martial arts epiphany, gaining a deeper understanding and mastery of the boxing techniques he's learned. In the dream, Lu Sheng finds himself once again in the desolate wilderness, where he encounters and effortlessly defeats a burly zombie. This victory confirms the significant growth in his martial arts abilities. As he absorbs the zombie's memories, he realizes he has become stronger and more skilled in combat. Lu Sheng continues to explore this mysterious dream world, heading towards the remnants of Base 1359, a location he's learned about from the memories of previous zombies. His journey is fraught with encounters with increasingly powerful zombies, but his enhanced abilities allow him to evade detection and confrontations. Upon reaching the giant city, Lu Sheng is astounded by its size and the scale of destruction. The city, now in ruins and shrouded in mist, gives Lu Sheng a glimpse of a once thriving civilization that was far more advanced than his own world, both in terms of technology and martial arts. This realization brings a mix of awe and concern, as he reflects on the fate of his own world, which is also facing threats from alien beasts. Planning to head to the center of the city, Lu Sheng feels a terrifying, intimidating force. He then decides to stay on the outskirts of the city. Inside the city, Lu Sheng explores a residential building, where he finds remnants of the lives that were once lived there. The absence of people or zombies suggests that the inhabitants may not have even had the chance to turn into zombies before perishing. This exploration leads him to a discovery, a disc with the inscription Tianheng technology, written in a language surprisingly familiar to him. Looking for clues, Lu Sheng touches a disc sitting on the side of a table. The disc beams bright light, revealing a soft female voice and a holographic image. Lu Sheng then accessed the latest news and discovered that this world had advanced martial arts and space exploration, with powerful martial arts practitioners and a planetary immigration plan. However, the news was dominated by reports of martial arts bases falling one after another due to threats from alien beasts. Despite their advanced civilization, they faced insurmountable challenges and had even started searching for a new habitable planet. Unfortunately, the exploration spacecraft they sent out did not return with positive results. Lu Sheng felt a deep sense of sorrow for this once glorious civilization on the brink of destruction. He decided to learn more about the world's history and requested information from the disk. While going through the history of the world, Lu Sheng realized it is all the events and history of his world. Realizing that it wasn't the destruction of another world but was going to be their own future 10,000 years later. Lu Sheng, refusing to believe, asks Ellie if she can look up specific individuals. Hoping the information showed Lu Sheng his own history, he only lived to be 28 and would be only just an ordinary civilian. Lu Sheng asked for a different date. To register, he provided his blood sample. The information pops up again but is much different from the first, taking into account that a bit of the future has changed. Realizing as he became stronger his future prospects also changed. He decided to embrace his newfound strength and talent to achieve his goals, which included changing his future and making a significant impact on the world.